Hi everyone, Deborah here, and today I'm going to be doing more on my packaging challenge. So we'll get into it. This here is a box that I got, and it obviously had waxed linen thread in it, and I thought it was really pretty. And I'm going to use this cutout here. So I've got a found ancestor, one of the Tim Holtz found ancestors, and I thought I could put this picture of these three strange women, which is really cool, into the cutout here. So I'm going to start by doing that. Got some double-sided tape here. I'm not going to worry about securing that anymore because I'm going to chop this off a bit more though, because it's a bit just there. I'm going to fold these ends over to make the little card. I've already chopped this piece off. I'll get rid of this piece as well. And I think if I fold this over and fold that up, that's fine. So I don't have that many more to go now. I've got another 16 to make, and I intend to finish those and get those done today. So that'll be good to actually finish it up. And that will be the end of the packaging challenge for March, which is coming soon to an end, March. Take these bulky things out too while I'm here. It's not quite, I've put a bit the tape in the wrong place, so I'll just stick it back on temporarily. So that could be stuck on a page or on a pocket or something like that. And obviously we don't want the words wax linen thread there. So I've got my ideology stickers out, and I've got the snarky ones out because I thought the snarky ones would be quite good for these women. They look a bit snarky, don't they? And I will use the black ones. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to use a double one there. Just measure across because I want it to fit in the space. Just trying to find one that's a little bit I think this one here would be good. We'll be best friends forever because you already know too much. That's good. So cover that up here. Actually, I'm not even going to trim the edges. I'll wrap it around so I get a neater look with that. And then up the top here, I will put something else. Let me just find something to put there. I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I did get quite a few new ones in the last couple of weeks, and I know that a lot of you have come over from either Roxy Creations or Angela Kerr because I did join in their challenge, and they both showed what I made for them. So thank you very much to all past and present subscribers. I really appreciate your support. This is really cute. How cute is that? I love it. That's one thing with that little box packaging. I'm going to show you a couple of other things as well. So this one here, what I have here, these are from some rubber stamp sets or clear stamp sets, and I have moved all of those into new packaging where I don't need these on there anymore, because they're sticking directly onto the box that I've put them in, and you'll see that if you go and look at my 2020 organisation and storage craft room tour. So I thought rather than throwing this bit in the bin, I would use it, and my plan is to take this Tim Holtz bit of cover that I've got left over, and I'm going to stitch around there because this is clear, so it will be hard to stick it without things showing, but I will stitch around there. And this one I'm going to use this little bit here and make sure I get things up the right way. If I stitch around that, and then I'll chop it off. And also this one here. So this is the actual piece of plastic packaging that was holding something onto the surface, and I got some little flowers out. I don't know how this is going to work. The flowers are, let me just do that for you so you can read. They're little birdie flowers. I've had them for a little while now, and they're very cute, aren't they? Just some little white flowers. So I'm going to use some of them, I thought, and put them in under here, because often when you put flowers into your junk journal they might get a bit squashed, but I figure if I've got this little protection on them they probably won't. You have to tuck them in there because otherwise they'll poke out the edges, and I'm going to go and sew that on there as well. I've sewn those on and I'm just cutting them, and looking at this one I don't actually like it because I've actually managed to stitch on top of the circle, so that one's actually going in the bin. In fact, I'll cut it up so I don't have to look at it. But this one worked fine, so I can just trim this off and trim this off on the bottom just above below the stitching. And yes, you could do this at the time that you're making the embellishment from the journal, but if you've got a number of these, I think it's good to kind of make them and have them on hand. This one was really cool. Now, I actually saw this particular idea on a YouTube channel, and I'm pretty sure that it was on Wendy's channel, Wendy and Leo, because everyone knows Leo. And I think she did it with butterflies from memory. So I've just done my own version of that. I will find the video where I saw this being done and confirm that it is Wendy, and I will put the link below in the description. So look for that if you want to see that done in a different way. And here's the remember. So first of all, this is, I think this had some buckles or something on it, and it's an old Seven Gypsies one that I've had for donkey's ages. I took the buckles off a while ago now and put them in somewhere else. So that's a really good thick piece of card. It almost looks like a button, doesn't it? A square button. So I'm just going to keep that as is. I don't think I'm going to do anything with it today, and it's actually got a metal eyelet on it. So that's a really good one to keep. And this piece here isn't, it's just the cardboard, but it does actually have the metal eyelet, and the eyelet is actually also stamped as well. Yeah, and I thought that I could use this because I don't have to make everything. It's also reusing packaging. I thought I could put this, if I had that as a tag in something, and then I could put some ribbons on top, and then I could just maybe put some paper or something on here. I would leave this is a postmark thingy, I don't know what it says, but I would leave that bit on there and just cover this bit, and then the back of the tag is quite good because it's got a white top on it, and that's a really good eyelet. Here's some more that I thought could be used as tags. So this is just a clothing brand, and they're really sturdy, these black ones, super sturdy. And I might, you know, I could cover them in something as well. And the other thing I've got are just some price tags, because they've got a nice white back on them. So to make them sturdier, I might put two together, and then I could use them again as a little card. I also like that they've got a perforated section down here, so you could or could not get rid of that perforated section. So here you go, I've got another little piece of packaging here. And then this one here, I've got the other part, it's the other side of the box. And I actually think I'm going to cut this piece out here and then again make it into a little frame of some sort. These are my found relatives box, and I want to find a photo to put into this one. Yep. Just before I do that, I'll just ink these edges just to get that white away. Well, it's not really white, but it'll make them a bit darker if I ink them. Just those inside edges. and then I can put him there. Okay, that's another idea for packaging. Amazed when you sit down and actually start playing. First of all, I was amazed how much packaging I had, and then I was sort of like, wow, it's all these things I can do with packaging that I've never really thought of doing before. Get that glue off there. And there you go, I've got a little frame. That's something that's a little bit different to just using the whole of the found relatives. Or you could even put your own photograph in there if you've got a little picture. I've completely finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm going to count that, 6, that's 7, 8, and I've got those two. Got another 10 done today, and that will go to 94, and I'll just get my other 6 done now, and then I'm done, and that's the end. I only have 6 more to do in the packaging challenge, so I thought that I would just finish them off. And I thought, given that I've got my found ancestors out of the box and that they're really bursting at the seams, I would get some and make something out of them with the packaging as the top of it. So I've got these bits that I've cut off, and I don't want to put it up too high because I don't want to hide the hole there. So, and anyway, I don't want to cut his head off. And I thought that these would be really good if you put them into a pocket. They'd be really easy to pull out because you've got this tab top on them, and you can still write on the back of them. And to make this a bit fancier, I'm going to first of all trim this down. And I'm going to then take my snippet roll, one of the snippet rolls that I made the other day, and I thought I could use some of the snippet roll to save me. I've been sewing lace and things on them, and then I realised that I'd made this snippet roll and I could just sew some of it on there instead. So I've got a ready-made top for it. That's it, I've done my 100 pieces of ephemera for the month of March. And it actually wasn't too hard, I didn't think. Using packaging, which is great. So there's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I put some in before that I'd done. The 10 I did just earlier, and then I've done another 6 of the found relatives. And so that takes it to 100. Excellent. Woohoo! There you go, Nat. I've finished the 100 pieces of ephemera challenge using packaging. Not only have I got some great stuff to use, but I feel good about myself because I've used packaging and I've done some recycling along the way. Thank you very much to everyone who's joined me to watch this. I really appreciate your support, and I will catch you next time. This is Deborah. Cheers.